Hi everyone, it's Erica. I'm just here with Marceline, and I was asked to do, what are you doing? I was asked to do a tutorial on how to do some paper rosettes, so that's what I'm doing. So right now, I'm just going to show you the things that you may need to do your rosettes. Obviously, you need your paper, and I have this really pretty green paper with like peacock leaves on them, or feathers. You need a paper trimmer, which I have this one. You need Martha Stewart's scoreboard and bone folder, which I know Tim Holtz makes a die that does the same thing as this, but I don't have that, so this is what I have. You're gonna need some, like a tape runner or glue runner. I use this one that I get at Tuesday Morning for like 99 cents. It does the job. You can also use ATG gun, maybe some pop dots if that's what you want to use, some punches or just for some scraps, and some embellishments. These are what I have. Whoops. Right here. And your glue gun. Okay, so let's get started. So what you want to do is cut your paper like a full 12 inches by anywhere between 1 inch and 2 inches. No bigger than 2 inches though, because that's what I was finding was that whenever I cut my paper more than 2 inches, then my rosette would break. So just cut a piece. Let me see how big this is. This is about a little bit less than 2 inches. So if you wanted it smaller, obviously you would trim it down a little bit. And I think that I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. So I'm going to do like 1.5 inches. Okay. So then you are going to want to put it up against the edge of the scoreboard, and you want to score it at 1/4 inch. That's every black line. If you can see like the number and then with the dot. So every 1/4 inch, every black line, you want to score the paper. And you don't have to push down very, very hard, because if not, you might end up tearing the paper, and I do that quite often. I need to just slow my roll and not tear the paper so much. So this is probably the most tedious part, is cutting all of, or not cutting, but scoring all of the lines. And make sure that you get all of them, or else you won't be able to fold it properly. I'll try to go quick here, sorry guys. Should have already prepared one, but I didn't. Marceline, what are you doing? You crazy dog. Almost done. Okay, so I've scored all the lines. If you can see, all the lines are scored. So I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to move this over. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to just fold your scored lines. I needed to find out which, if my hot glue gun was warming up, because I don't know which outlet in here works and doesn't work. So as I'm folding my paper, I'm just squeezing it down so it's like very nice and tight. Okay, so now you have this all accordion folded, just like that. Okay, and then what you're gonna wanna do is just look to see where it'll match up. Like people say it's like peaks or like mountains and valleys, I don't know. But you just want to be able to tape it down or glue it down to where you won't, where it'll match up. You see, I don't know if you can tell. See, like that'll fit just right in there. So then I just take my glue, which I don't know what I did with it. It's around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So I've decided I'm going to do that. So I'm going to glue this side. And I put a lot of glue just so I know it'll stay down. And sometimes, like with the thicker paper, I use my ATG because the thicker paper, this little cheapy glue doesn't hold that well. So you see how, let me fold this. So you see that's where I taped it at, and you really can't tell because there's not a break. Okay, so then what I do is I just punch out a circle. This is just scrap cardstock. I just punch out a circle for the back. And this is when you want to like choose how your embellishments, like how you're gonna decorate the rosette. So I have this little jar of mixed buttons that I got at Tuesday Morning a while ago for $3, and it's like so many buttons, and they're all brown, green, and blue, and yellow, and they're just assortment of buttons, and I love this little jar. I use it a lot. So I chose this teal button, and it's so stinking cute. Here it is. And it's got a hole in the middle, which is perfect because then I took my American Crafts Elements, they're jeweled brads, and I got a yellow one. So I thought the yellow and the teal would go good with the peacock feathers. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of hot glue here in the middle so that I can just stick my brad in there and it'll look like this. And you just need a little bit of hot glue so that brad will stay. And I normally just fold the brad over like normal, but if you don't want to do that, you can always cut these little, the legs of the brad off. But I think that'll be alright. I think that'll be fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your rosette here, and a lot of people say like you scrunch it and it'll fold over. That never works for me. I just fold it into a circle and I flatten it down and it'll all fall into place. See, just like that. See, it's going to look just like this. So what I'm going to do with this circle that I just punched out, I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue. And you're just gonna glue this right onto that hot glue. And it's okay if the hot glue comes through that little hole. That's perfectly fine. And you just want to hold it for just a minute until it sets. See, and you'll see here, it's got the little punch in the back. So what I want to do is I'm going to punch another circle from this brown cardstock, because I want to put that in the front, and then put my button on top of that. That's a little bit too little, so I'll just do a big one. I think that will look really cute. Okay, so this is stuck on there. I'm just gonna put just a dab more of hot glue. I'm gonna center it on there. And then the turquoise or the teal button is going to go right in the middle there. And there you have it. There is a super cute little rosette. And then you can also like ink up the edges, you know, make it look a little bit more vintage or, you know, like distressed. But that's all you gotta do. Just remember to cut your strips 2 inches or less. Try not to do more than 2 inches or your rosette is gonna tear when you try to flatten it out into a flower. All right, ladies, if you have any more questions, just let me know. I hope this video came out okay. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.